Hey guys, I'm back for small group time. Our small group activity for today is called Looking for Letters. Since I've been staying home a lot, since we have not been learning at school and at home instead, I've been reading lots of books, and I finally got to reading all the magazines I have laying around, and I've been going through the newspaper and my mail a lot, and I was noticing that all of those different items have letters and words all over them. That's how they give you the information. So, have you noticed that too since you've been at home longer? You have noticed that too? Nice. So, today I gathered a few things that I could use for the activity. I went through my newspaper and my mail and I found these papers that I would like to use today. I picked these papers because they have big letters and it will be easy for me to look at them. But you can pick any item that has letters on it. So maybe you have some old mail like I did, and some newspaper, some magazines. All those different items have different kinds of letters. So depending on what kind of letters you want to look for, then pick your materials, okay? I'm going to go ahead and use this one first because it has really giant letters that I like. Okay, so you are going to need to get your paper. You will also need a marker. Today I'm going to use my pink Sharpie. And then if you would like to, then you can get your paper. I want to use my journal paper since I don't have any loose paper, and I still had a lot of space left after signing in, so I'm going to use the bottom half of my paper to save some. So I am going to look for some letters. I'm going to open my marker and put the cap on the back because I don't want to lose the top and let my marker dry out. And now I'm going to look for some letters. Do you see any letters? Yeah, right, there's some right here, some more up here, and then there's some smaller letters that are hard to read right here. I'm going to pick this letter. So I'm going to use my marker and carefully, without accidentally marking anything else, I'm going to circle my letter. See how I circled my letter? This is the letter A. It is an uppercase A. Do you know what sound it makes? Ah, 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 ah. Can you think of a word that starts with the letter A? A word that starts with ah, ah, ah. I know, apple. Can you think of your own word? Nice. Can you think of somebody's name in our class that begins with the letter A? Ariana and Ariana, both of them, right? They both have the letter A at the beginning of their name. So now that I have started looking for my letters in my newspaper ads, I want you to pause this video to go get your materials and then come back to wherever you're working and start circling the letters that you see and try to come up with words that start with that letter. I'll be right back to show you what I've come up with. Okay, I'm back. I have taken some time. I had to switch over to a black marker because my pink marker was not writing very well. I went through my advertisement and I circled a few letters. And now, to finish my activity, I'm going to take out my journal. And remember, I said I'm just going to use the second half since I still had some space. And I think I am going to pick two of the letters that I circled and come up and write down a word that begins with that letter. Ooh, let's try this one. I found a lowercase b. I know this is a B because it has a straight line going down and then a circle attached to it. And that tells me that it is a lowercase b. What sound does B make? B, 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 like in the word bubbles. So I'm going to write the word bubbles. First, I'm going to write the letter B so that I remember that that is the letter that I am trying to come up with a word for. So B, and then I'm going to skip a little bit of room and write my word bubbles. B, B, U, B, B, bub. So I have part of it, bub. And then the word bubbles has two B's right next to each other, just like this. L, L, L. It has a silent E that you don't hear. And what is the last letter in my word? Bubbles. What letter makes that sound? S. So B for bubbles. Now, my second word, I think I'm going to pick the letter E. E. So I'm going to write the letter E, and I'm going to write it in an uppercase E because that is the way I found it in on my paper. So E, and I'm going to skip some room, remember. The word that I would like to write for the letter E is egg. So and then what letter makes g sound? G. So egg. And the word egg has two G's right next to each other. Egg. Now it is your turn to pick two letters that you found in your paper that you were working with and come up with a word that begins with that letter. And then you need to, just like I showed you how, write down those two words that you came up with. It could be a real life word, or if you can't think of a real life word, then you can make up a silly word. Since today we're being silly with sunglasses, maybe we can make up some silly words too. I am going to give you some time to work, and when you are done, please post a picture or a video of you showing me your activity. I'll see you later for book time.